Long way to go. But for first, a huge 3rd and goal. Robinson in motion. Cousins goes the other way. Pitch. Can he handle it? They say touchdown. For the moment. Take another look. Looked like it was coming loose. Late TD call. Here it is.
It's 1 foot, but it's backside. Is it inbounds or on the line?
Juggling. Where's he get possession?
Possession there.
Yep.
Just a matter, does that elbow hit first or does his backside? Once he has possession, Terry, what do you think?
Yeah, Kirk, it's what happens first. Does his rear end hit first or does the elbow hit first? And it has to be inbounds first. If it happens at the same time, it's incomplete.
All right, so what hits first here? Elbow is clearly out of bounds.
No pressure, Terry. What hits first here?
Yeah, right.
So far, guys,
he's got to get
I
possession
can't prove
right
it either
there.
way.
Yeah.
Right now, I have stands. It's just that tight.
Good luck figuring this one out. Somebody.
Terry, when it's this tough to call, do they typically err on the side of stands? Because it's hard. How do you flip that?
Yeah, Kirk. If it's not clear and obvious that the ruling on the field was wrong, it has to stand.
And he definitely had possession of the ball. It's more about is he in or out?
And the call came in very late. The two officials looking at each other. Then it was kind of like a half-hearted touchdown sign.
Right.
So what hit first? The elbow or the tuchus? That's what it amounts to, right? Gotta ask Kelly J. Hayes right now. So for Pitts, what a crazy, wonderful night for him. Juggle, in or out. This would make it a 2-point game. Here comes the call.
The ruling on the field stands as called touchdown.
Terry, I think that's one of those you go by the call on the field, I guess, right?
It has to be because it's just not clear and obvious that call was wrong.
So now a 2-point try to tie the game with 3.5 left in reg.
So they're down 14. Analytics says to go for 2 the first time. They miss it. So now, obviously, here they are. Got to go for 2.
Can he make it 28-28? Pitts back and forth. Look out. Cousins gets rid of it. Not close. Pressure put on. The heat put on that time. Antoine Winfield, no stranger to getting into the offensive backfield, breaks it up.
Time for strong defense presented by Head and Shoulders. Well, saw a great play to give Atlanta the football back. Showed man early, just read the eyes of the quarterback. D. Alford went up, did a nice job of fool and bake. What a job there of not just kind of disguising pre-snap to post-snap, but doing a good job of sinking into that passing lane and coming up with that interception to get the ball back to Cousins.
Cousins is now throwing for 314 tonight. Mayfield 272. Had a barn burner between these two teams last year. Wound up ending in overtime. The kick is to the 1-yard line. And running this baby back is Sean Tucker out to the 27-yard line. So a ton of time. He got 3 timeouts. Got the 2-minute warning. A long way from the finish.
And then it's about Josh Grisard and his approach here. You know, how does he want to work this offense here? Obviously want to work clock, but how aggressive is he going to dial this up? Charlie Heck in, another offensive lineman. They got 6 linemen in. There he is in motion.
Start heavy here. Run it. Irving. to the 33-yard line. 2nd down and 4. Again, if the Bucs win with a win, Next Gen Stats gives them an 80% chance of getting to the playoffs, meaning they have to win the division. The wild card's not going to come out of the NFC South. With a loss, a little bit more than half. And the Panthers are watching with rather intense interest at this point before they go to New Orleans for their game on Sunday. Panthers and Bucs both at 7 and 6 coming in. 2nd and 4. Irving, he gets stopped. Going to be 3rd down and 2. Bates, shoestring tackle there. We're down to 2:37.
First charge timeout. Atlanta 32nd timeout.
Falcons take this timeout on defense. Once again, the remaining schedules now, as it goes down to the wire. Panthers at Saints. Then the Bucs go to Charlotte. They stay in Charlotte to meet the Seahawks. Then they come back here with the Bucs at the Panthers, then at the Dolphins. Panthers back here.
And both those games in the middle, like you mentioned earlier, are not eaten. Those aren't slam dunks. Obviously, Seattle.
Huge for them.
Playing right now as well as anybody. And Miami's really, since we had them early a couple of times, they're putting it together right now.
They beat Pittsburgh this week, huh?
Yeah, right.
Look out. 3rd and 3.
Watch Diablo and Ellis, how quick they're going to get downhill here.
Rashad White in the backfield.
Here they come.
3rd and 2. Extra pressure. Pass to the outside. Caught. Godwin needed 2. Got 4. First down.
Well, here's the key. Who can you win at the line of scrimmage? Watch this move where he's got tight coverage, inside move with a foot. And he's just able to separate. And there's nowhere else that Baker Mayfield is looking. He knew exactly where he wanted to go. He saw the matchup that he wanted pre-snap. Really good job. Godwin's come alive here in this second half. He had a touchdown, the 2-point conversion comes through clutch here with the game on the line here with that 3rd down catch. And now they keep working his clock or making Atlanta use all these timeouts.
They have. .228. Irving, the running back, 15 carries, 64 yards for him tonight. Does he get it again? Indeed he does, and he's met in the backfield. David Onyemata is there, and Atlanta will take its final timeout. One more stoppage at the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 14 upcoming.
This defense doing everything that it can to try to get those tackles for a loss, get after Baker Mayfield. Still, like you said, you have the 2-minute warning that Tampa Bay will, you'd assume, run the football here, let the clock work all the way down, get them to a 3rd down situation. And then they got to make a decision. Want to be aggressive and go for the win? Or do you run and work the clock? See what happens here these next couple plays.
2nd and 14. They're going to throw it over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Abuka, covered by Alford, makes another big play, stops the clock.
But I think the risk is worth this. I know it's easy to say, why would you do it? They blitz, it's man coverage, you get inside release, separation, ball's just a little bit behind him. And that ball's out in front, he's running, and the game's over. So you understand the aggressive approach. But it does, without completing it, it does stop the clock with 2:20. Still have that 2-minute timeout, a 2-minute warning.
Yeah,
third timeout, Tampa Bay, a 32nd timeout.
Now Tampa Bay takes its timeout. So you got a 3rd down and 14.
Now the question is, can Atlanta, if they get a stop, not have pass interference? Or can they not have a penalty?
Tell me about it.
We've seen so many third down penalties for this defense. Can they play clean, and can they come up with a stop?
Rough night for that secondary. 3rd down and 14 now. Send 3 receivers to the right side. Mayfield surveying, and they split him 2 by 2. Mayfield stepping up, and he's going to try to step away, but can't go very far. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning, 4th down. Jesse Bates is the first guy to get in there. Came in from the secondary. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning with a 4th down coming up. And we are back in Tampa in 30 seconds.
Thing about Payne Durham, he's a tight end known as a blocker. Baker Mayfield gets pressured, but if he would have had time, look at Payne Durham, just a bust. Nobody was with him. Nobody took him. And the way Baker can locate and find receivers, if he would have had a little bit more time there to be able to look downfield, that would have been ball game. But Atlanta, because of the pressure, they're able to get after Baker and not allow him to find an open man downfield. So Cousins, all they need is a field goal. Out of timeouts, but plenty of time to get in the field goal range.
Down by 2 minutes. No timeouts for them. Riley Dixon. 4th punt. Fielded at the 20-yard line. Starting to slip and slide on this turf. Devin Tompkins takes it out past the 30, and now they go to work.
Zane Gonzalez has a strong leg, has a career long of 57. So once you get across midfield, you start to think about having a shot here. And the night that Cousins has had, when he's had time to throw, he has been accurate. He's made great decisions. And obviously Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson are his go-to targets.
Pitts to the right, coming out of the slot. Cousins down the sideline, caught along the sideline. Sills, 1st down.
When Jamel Dean took a chance at the line of scrimmage, what a job by David Sills, avoiding the press jam and working around him. Up at the top, watch this. Took a chance, missed, and then he's able to stack him. Good throw by Kirk Cousins, gets out of bounds. What a job there. Great way to start this drive.
5 catches for Sills. 57 yards. Clock stopped at 1:44. Mooney comes inside. Cousins sacked back at the 39-yard line.
That ball came out.
Atlanta says they have it, do they? Carl Sheffers says. Discussion here. Who's got it?
Now Hassan Reddick got in and took it away from Cousins. He ripped it out of his arms.
Simultaneously by both teams, it goes to the offense.
Okay, tie goes to the runner.
Yep.
So Reddick for the big sack.
Right there, he's got the sack. Ball is out.
32 seconds,
but
please.
Cousins and a couple Tampa Bay guys pounce on the ball together. The officials say they got it simultaneously, so it stays with Cousins and the Falcons.
2nd down and 18.
And the clock stopped.
After the 8-yard sack, it does. Now it starts again. Cousins fires along the sideline. Incomplete coverage is great that time. There is Dean all over Mooney. Oh.
70 offense. 10-yard penalty.
On top of it.
Yeah,
Jake Matthews again.
Yeah, Jake Matthews with a holding call. It's like the last thing that Atlanta could afford to have happen. That was Vita Vea that came around on a twist and got outside of him, just out of position.
You know, if you decline it, it's 3rd and 18. You accept it, it's 2nd and 28.
Right.
It's an interesting call.
It really is.
Choice, yeah. They take the penalty, and it's 19 flags for 124. Second down and 28. Pressure up the middle. Pass is low. Intended there from Mooney, 3rd and 28.
He got pressured. He had to get that ball out before Mooney even got to the top of his route. Timing just not quite there. It's interesting, these last few throws. First throw, he went to David Sills. These last couple throws, he's gone to Mooney. Here we are thinking, get the ball to your best players, Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts. Let's see what he does here.
Have to go all the way to the 43 of Tampa for a first. Cousins underneath, going to pick up a few yards here. Pitts working his way close to midfield, but it's a 4th down. 4th and let's call it 14.
Got to get to the 43 at Tampa for the first down. Cousins got to take control. There's a little bit of chaos going on. They got time.
Under a minute. 55, 54, ticking down. Got to get to the 43. Cousins throws. Reaching up is Sills. Got it. Tackles inbounds. Gets the first, but the clock keeps rolling. 35, 34, and down. 20-yard gain.
Unbelievable. Sills got behind the corner. So
now you spike it. Of course, it's Gonzalez. It's going to come down to his kick in all likelihood.
Now watch how this route works. Kind of at this point, he knows exactly. Just got right to the sticks and then goes up and makes that play before Winfield can come over and knock the ball away. We got a flag down.
2 fouls by the defense on the play.
Woo.
Both on the same player. 12 players on the field and offside number 50. The offside will be accepted. First down.
After a gain of 21, so Gonzalez, their 3rd kicker this season. They had Young-Ho Koo on opening day, and he missed a 44-yarder that would have tied the game, a game that Tampa won by 3.
3rd and 28.
Yep.
To 4th and 14, and they're able to keep this drive alive.
Mm-hmm. And with the penalty, it's a 1st and 5. And right now you're looking at a field goal inside 50 yards. Mooney able to get out of bounds.
Just keep in mind, this team was eliminated from the postseason last week. Short week, playing against a Tampa team that's kind of in that must-win mode against them in Carolina. And this team from Atlanta, they've made a lot of mistakes. But let's give them a ton of credit.
Tremendous. For
the way they've shown up prepared and ready to play football. Unbelievable. Raheem Morris deserves a ton of credit.
Right now you'd be looking at a 43-yard field goal attempt. First down. On the ground. No gain. Clock still rolling. Robinson is there. Gonzalez warming up.
Just tells you the fact that it ran left, that he wants it on that left hash.
They spike it here. So it comes down to this. Gonzalez has been around like most kickers. Been in the league 7 years. They had Koo, they had Parker Romo, and now Gonzalez. They'll spot the ball at the 33, a 43-yard attempt to try to win the game and shoot a dagger into the Buccaneers' hopes. Timeout.
Second charge timeout, Tampa Bay. The 30-second timeout.
This team was down 28-14 in the 4th quarter. Scored the touchdown, went for 2, didn't come up with it, got the ball back after the interception by Halford. Cousin leads them to another touchdown, and here we are.
Book to Kaylee.
Guys, during pregame warm-ups, Zane Gonzalez hit a long, a 55 going this direction. He did miss 3 of the 9 kicks he attempted, though, at 55, 60, and 60.
This one, 43. The footing is not fantastic. We've seen it all night long. Mayfield can't even look. Gonzalez. Bradley Pinion to hold it. And the kick is just inside the left upright. And there's a little celebrating going on in Charlotte, North Carolina right now. This puts the Panthers in the driver's seat for the moment in the NFC South. They control their own fate. Atlanta comes to town. It was 28-14 at one point. Come from behind with the last 15 points and win at 29-28.
Think about what Tampa has done here in the last 3 or 4 or 5 weeks. Last week they lost to New Orleans. Tonight they lose to Atlanta. And it all came down to this kick right here. Would it stay inside that left upright? Hit it clean. Hit it great.
And through. So the Falcons last year stunned them on a Thursday night in Atlanta, and they stun them again on a Thursday night in Tampa, Florida. You're right. What a job by that man.
Yeah.
Raheem Morris.
You know what?
He's been under the gun.
One of 5 in one possession games coming into tonight. Good for them finding a way to win a game. Like, remember week 1? They could have beaten Tampa Bay and just been struggling to find ways to close games out. Down 28-14, they got their chance, and they end up doing it.
In a game that meant nothing to them.
Right. That tells you all about their competitive spirit and their heart. But again, 3rd and 28, everyone's thinking the game's over. 4th and 14, you don't have Drake London. Kyle Pitts, congratulations tonight that he had.
Well,